Hello. Afraid I'm gonna be kind of phoning it in a little bit again today. Phoning it in. Um, Feeling kind of crap. This came out of nowhere. It's not reflective of the entire day, which is unfortunate. Because the day's actually been pretty good. But going back to the beginning of it. Oof. Yeah, I'm just gonna zone out and pick a spot on the wall. Um, okay. Just played Monster Hunter for the rest of the evening last night. I actually moved to the bed around midnight. I was that tired. Fell asleep before 2 o'clock, I think. Um, Woke up with my alarm at 11. Oh, actually, I bumped it back to 11:30. Still didn't get up with it. Went back to bed. Um, Finally got up around noon. And then, not long after that, my friend who's been playing Mass Effect started playing the ending. And it was just fantastic to sit through the end of Mass Effect with her because it'd been so long since she'd seen the end that she didn't really remember a lot. And it was just great. I got to talk about the ending with someone, with a few people like that, pretty much for the first time since it came out back in, I'm pretty sure it came out in 2012. So honestly, for the first time in well over 7 years, I actually got to have discussions about the endings. I'm afraid me and another of our friends took it a little too far. Um, because the dad friend of the group, and I call him that because he is the most reasonable and responsible of the lot, had to kind of rein us back in so that the woman we were watching could make her choice accordingly. Uh, yeah, I let myself get swept up in the moment because it's just like I'm not one of these people that's going to go out and browbeat people over Mass Effect. Like, you need to play it, go play it. It's fantastic, go play it, or I smack you. But it's a series that holds um, a very important place in my heart. Um, it's one of the reasons I initially wanted to be a writer and a storyteller. It's just, it's near and dear to me. So, you know, getting to experience it alongside others who feel similarly is something don't get to enjoy much. I have maybe one other friend that enjoys it to this level, who was willing to really discuss it, and but it's not something we've really talked about for a while. Um, and I guess what made it really special is that there were a few of us there at the time that one of us was finishing the game right then, and so it was super fresh. It was, it was right in front of us. We were hearing all of this, it wasn't, well, I think they said this, I think it was said this way. No, we were listening to it, and, and as one of our friends pointed out, you know, all of us came to pretty different conclusions. I won't get into spoiler territory, but, all of us arrived at different points. And I think that's just really cool. I think it's just really cool that after all of that, we all arrived at different. Yeah, it's not. It it might appear shallow to some people, but we still ended up in different places because of our experiences playing through the game. Um, the endings themselves may not seem different enough to appease certain people. I don't want to put it that way, because I don't want to downplay people who really put their heart and soul in the game and then didn't feel like there was enough in the ending. That's entirely a valid opinion. It really, really is. As long as you're not sending Bioware death threats or anything. That really is a valid opinion. But like, it really was cool to sit there and have that discussion and have all of us kind of not really reach a consensus, even though, you know, you might not get to see a lot of it, and a lot of the differentiating stuff might have just been in our own speculations and stuff like that, but, you know, I think still those kinds of conversations were the initial intention of the morality system. And so it was just kind of cool to see it in action. I've never really gotten to witness that. Just speaking of Mass Effect, just putting life back into my body. But yeah, that was most of my day, as it was a few days ago when she was doing Citadel. So, other than that, been doing Genshin. Got a shower not too long ago. Long enough that I shouldn't still be this red. Don't know what this is. I've been extra tired since nose explosion the other day. And if it doesn't get better in a day or two, I might have to risk seeing somebody. But then again, like, other than tired, I had a headache earlier, but it was because I hadn't eaten today, and I'd also spent several hours in headphones. And like, my stomach just bothered me out of nowhere. I'm overthinking is what it is. Because last night I had a glass of milk and I thought it tasted like soap for a split second. And so my brain went into overdrive, and it made me feel weird for the rest of the night. Because I'm anal about everything right now, especially with sicknesses going around. Anyway, I'm thankfully not as tired as I was yesterday. It's not, sleep-wise, like, I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of where we are this evening. And hopefully I'll get to feeling better over the next few days, so that it's not all chins and no shirt and shaky cam. Maybe tomorrow I'll at least feel like setting up the tripod at the very least, because today I did not. Alright, well, catch y'all tomorrow.